We're not recording it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it, but how many mistakes can you just? I mean, Pop Warner football. You
Yeah.
on defense. You don't go over to the ball and snap.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
they didn't do what what the Chargers did against the Cowboys.
yeah.
They gift wrapped that game for them.
They did gift wrap that. You're right. You're 100% right on that.
Well, we saw the Chiefs do it against Brady a few years back, jumping off sides when they got an interception.
Yeah.
That's what gave Brady another Super Bowl.
All right, guys, let's roll.
Roll.
Hello, and welcome to the crossover, where nothing is out of bounds and everything is fair game. We have a lot to cover with you today, but first, let's check in with the Tunnel Crew. Please give a warm welcome to Stats, Aggie P, Rooftop, TP, and Big T.
What's happening, everybody? And once again, it's time for At Home with the Crossover. I'm your man, Big T, alongside my tag team partners, usual cast of characters. We talking about the man who brings the Ag swag to the show each and every week. None other than Aggie P is in the house. Aggie P, what's up?
Yes, sir. Glad to be here, Big T.
Yes,
of course,
sir.
that Aggie pride is worldwide.
Is worldwide.
It's
There you
worldwide.
go. And then we got the man that's sporting the Eagles cap as usual. He's one of the biggest Eagle fans we know, and he's the guy that, helps us keep things together with the buffer music and all that stuff coming in and out of the breaks. Talking about none other than Birdman. Bird, what's up?
We taking the NFC East. That's what it's gonna be. Next Monday night, we taking it.
Okay, all right. Hey, there's a guarantee. All right. And then we got Radar Charles. The man, you can't see his eyes. So I don't know how much you can trust the guy you can't see his eyes. But Radar Charles is in the house, and he's making sure we're staying on point with the time and everything. Radar, what's going on?
What's up? Narrow is the way, Big T, when TP ain't here to get in my way. For the record.
My man. Listen.
Hey, and then we got our man Stats in the house, our number one baseball guy. He's getting ready to bring us the MLB report. As soon as I wrap this up by saying together, we are the Tunnel Crew, watching everything that happens inside and outside the tunnel, leading to the lines of competition in the world of sports. And you're listening to Live at Home with the Crossover. Stats, give us our Major League Baseball report, my man, right off top.
Okay. So I'm going to start off by saying this line. It's not about how much money you spend. It's about the product on the field. This message needs to be delivered to two teams in both clubs. The American League, you got the New York Yankees. They spent all this money, right? They're still not in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
If the season ended today, they'd be half a game behind the Blue Jays, who built it on their farm system.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the National League. You got teams like the Dodgers, who do spend a lot of money and they're in the playoffs. But then you got teams like the Padres, who have spent a whole lot of money. And Fernando Tatis, their star, just dropped a fly ball in St. Louis on Sunday that actually helped St. Louis sweep them. St. Louis is rolling. They won 9 straight.
Mm-hmm.
Over in the American League, the Yankees, they went out there and they could not sweep the Orioles. That one game is actually the reason they're not in the field right now if the season were to end today. They went out there, they laid an egg the last game of that series. They went to New York and they got thumped by the Indians.
Mm-hmm.
2 out of 3 games there. Then they beat the Rangers last night 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
They're still trailing the Rays by, I have no clue how many games they're behind the Rays by at this point. And they're still behind Boston. Boston owns the top wild card. They went out there to Seattle last week and they won 2 out of 3. And Kyle Schwarber came up with a key hit in that series that helped them win that series. Then they went out there and they swept the Baltimore Orioles right out of Boston. So the Orioles are 8-11 against the Yankees, which is a huge reason why the Yankees are not in the playoffs if the season were to end today. St. Louis is scorching hot. Bobby Dalbeck has been a stud rookie for the Red Sox. He's got 23 homers. Another guy who's been a stud, he just pitched yesterday, made his MLB debut for the Rays. Shane Baz much talked about starting pitcher for them. He went out there in his debut, only gave up 2 runs, one home run to Teoscar Hernandez, and another one, I believe, was to Lourdes Gurriel. And they ended up winning that game by a score of 5-2. They hit a tie-breaking 3-run shot in the 5th inning to win that game. But he looked good. He had 99 on his fastball. He had 87, 88 on his changeup, and his slider was working. He was about 88, 89. So he's got good stuff. And, you know, the Rays, they have a spoiling of a embarrassment of riches, if you will, in their farm system. So they've done it the right way. You look at St. Louis, they've done it the right way. The Dodgers even have a good farm system. They have to spend money on their players, but they have a great farm. And the Dodgers are actually taking on the Rockies. The Giants are taking on the division foe and the Padres this weekend. I mean, this week, actually. Boston goes to New York goes to Boston. Sorry about that. After they finish this series with the Rangers, they have the Blue Jays after that. So those 2 series, big series there. Toronto is playing Tampa Bay right now. And then over there, St. Louis is taking on Milwaukee. And they won last night. Nolan Arenado hit a homer for him. He's finally come around. So a lot of players who you thought would come around are coming around. The Yankees' bats just haven't been as what they thought they would. And their pitching hasn't been what they thought they would. Yeah. So we'll see what the Yankees are able to do. We'll see what the Padres are able to do. But looks like St. Louis and the Dodgers are going to match up in that NL wild card. The Giants pretty much have the spots sold up. Atlanta's beating teams they're supposed to beat, like the 48-win Diamondbacks, and the Phillies are still losing the 48-win teams and the Orioles. John Means handicapped their offense yesterday, pitched 7 shutout innings, and they turned over to the bullpen and shut the Phils down. So it's all about your pitching, and it's not about how much money you spend. Hey, and on that note, I will conclude my MLB report for the week.
Hey, I got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Give me a Shohei Ohtani update. How's he doing?
Okay, and that is important too. Shohei Ohtani was hit by a pitch by the White Sox. The pitcher on the White Sox had no reason to hit Ohtani at all. Okay, it was completely stupid that the Major League Baseball commissioner handed down a punishment for something that was an accident. I am sorry. Tony La Russa is a baseball purist. He's not going to tell his best. He's not going to tell him, hey, hit their best hitter. The Angels are a terrible baseball team, and the White Sox are just trying to figure out ways to beat the lowly Tigers and the Twins. They're still losing series to those teams. So teams in the playoffs are like, hey, we can beat the White Sox. They're losing to the Tigers, the Twins, the Angels. We can beat them. The White Sox are to prove a point. They're not trying to hit the other team's players. And Tony La Russa, being an old school manager like he is, he didn't even want the media in his clubhouse in St. Louis. I know he wouldn't ask somebody to hit someone else for no reason on purpose. There's no way he would do that. So I thought that was incredibly asinine out of the commissioner, Rob Manfred, among other things I thought he's done that are also pretty questionable. But
okay. And one last thing, real quick, don't have to really just give me your just a one-word answer, basically. Have you been watching the 86 Mets documentary on ESPN?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm actually just going to check it out probably this week because it just ended. I think last week it ended.
No, so I think they got 2 episodes this week. They got one tonight and I think one tomorrow night.
Okay.
And that'll be it because it's a 4-part series. So
whenever it's over, I'll watch it all because I like watching it all at once. I don't like watching an episode, then having to wait for another episode. So I'm just like, I'll just binge watch it all at once.
So far, it's been good. So check it out.
Great. Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, Stats. We appreciate it, buddy.
No problem, y'all.
All right. Take it easy now. All right, and we thank Stats for giving us the Major League Baseball report. Hey, as you can see, things are heating up as we come down the stretch and get ready to head into the playoffs. All right, now it's time for our hot topics. It's the hottest stories in sports. It may not be what everybody else is talking about, but it's the things that we want to talk about. Kryptonite with an exclamation point. That's how Lamar Jackson referred to the Kansas City Chiefs last season following a loss on, I believe it was Monday Night Football, and that dropped his overall record against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to 0-3. Well, on Sunday night, he basically said, not anymore. This is over. A Superman is going to break through this kryptonite, and he is going to get it done. And, he started the game off slow. He had an early pick 6 by Matthew took it to the house, and you're thinking, oh, here we go. And then the Chiefs pretty much scored on their first 4 possessions, just boom, touchdown, and it looked like they're in trouble again. I mean, I think Kansas City took an 11-point lead at one point in the third quarter, late third, but hey, the Ravens fought back, got the job done, and ended up outgaining Kansas City 481 yards to 405, including 251 yards rushing. If you want to beat them, that's how you got to do it. You got to keep patting them boys on the sideline watching. 251 yards rushing will definitely get it done, including 107 from Lamar Jackson, and he had 2 rushing touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes ended up with 343 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. And Matthew had 2 picks in the game, including that pick 6. Quick notes here to mention, Tyreek Hill had 3 receptions, 14 yards. He was double teamed all night long, and 9 different receivers as a result of that caught pass from Patrick Mahomes. But it wasn't enough as the Ravens got the 36-35 win. I want to ask you guys, 1 minute left to go. I think it was like 4th and 3, I think. 4th and 1, I'm sorry. 4th and 1 from the Ravens' own 43-yard line. If you get stopped there, you're giving Patrick Mahomes the ball with basically only 10 yards to go to get in field goal range, and you lose that game. And they went for it. And I just want to know, Tuttle Crew, what were y'all thinking at that moment when it was 4th and 1 and they lined up? What were you thinking?
I know what I was thinking. Hey, they were going to get it. And I was thinking seriously, Big T, that Lamar was going to put the team on his back.
Yeah.
Get that yard. I mean,
yeah.
you just about have to tackle him in the backfield.
Oh, yeah.
This guy is slippery. He's quick and whatnot. And I don't think anything would have stopped him from getting that yard, if he came down to that. So for me, it was a good call.
Yeah.
I mean, the what is, and like you said earlier, Big T, they haven't beat Kansas City.
That's right.
And hey, this right here could beat Kansas City, so let's just go for it.
Yep.
And I'm glad it did. I was happy for Lamar.
Did you feel like if they punted it right there, then it didn't matter whether they got stopped on 4th and 1 or they punted it, Mahomes going to go down and win that game?
Possibility. I mean, that's what homie do.
Yeah.
That's what he do. So yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. Actually, I know you probably say you was pulling for Lamar. Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I like the Chiefs and I like to watch Lamar play, but I just want to see him get that off his back.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can go on and win a playoff game if they get to the playoffs.
Yeah. Hey, anybody else with any thoughts?
You know what? I don't even know why you let Agape start off, because Agape didn't even pick the Ravens. Shame on him. Shame on you. And shame on everybody that didn't pick him.
Hey, Radar, It was a specific question.
No, sir.
That's right. That's right. Well, hey.
You're out of line. Everybody's out of line.
Hey, we're up against a commercial break, but when we come back, there'll be more of the hot topics. You're listening to At Home with the Crossover.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the Crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, The Joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
Thank you, Aggie P. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. And be sure to catch this live at home edition of the show every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube. You can go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel and catch all the members of the Tunnel Crew every week, 7 p.m. on Tuesday nights. Be sure to like, share, subscribe once you get there and tell all your friends about it. And then you can catch us at our original day and time for the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. That's Thursday nights at 7 p.m. on WLJFradio.com. You can also catch that version of the show on the 100.7 WLJF app, which is available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. And that's Thursday nights at 7 p.m. All right. Let's get back into the hot topics here. And the Panthers defense is looking legit. Panthers defense, they did their thing on Sunday. They shut down our man, Jameis Winston, who threw 5 touchdowns and no picks in the first week against Green Bay. Not this week. He was shut down and held to 128 yards. And I think he threw 2 interceptions. So we talked about, is the old Jameis going to be back, after 5 touchdown, no interception guy. And looks like the old Jameis was back. And hey, Sam Darnold wasn't the old Sam, though. He came out there 305 yards, 2 touchdowns for the Panthers. Question to the Tunnel Crew: are the Panthers legit after that 26-7 blowout of the New Orleans Saints?
Everybody slow your roll. The Panthers are the equivalent they're the equivalent NFC South Philadelphia Eagles. That's how I compare them, because they're up and down. 1 minute we doing good. Next minute, everybody start hyping us up. We start losing a few games, then we up and down again. On the emotional roller coaster. It's just week 2. Everybody cool their jets. We got like 16 more games to play. We'll see how it go about week 5 and so on and so forth.
Did he just compare the Eagles to the Panthers?
Yeah.
They got 3 quarterbacks, and they can't make up their mind who they gonna play and who gonna end the game. That's a problem. Everybody got it all figured out. They got McCaffrey. They got Donald. They win games. They beating real teams.
Yeah.
It's time. It's their turn.
Hey, I'm going to tell you what, their defense is for real. I mean, at least so far, because I know it's early, but their defense.
Told you, Big T, I told you, week 5 or 6, hang on now.
They say wait. Wait.
A couple turned ankles, some rib injuries. You got to play with that. You start seeing it, man.
Yeah.
But they stopping the run.
I do have to agree. I mean, that defense does look solid.
They do.
They're stopping the run. They put pressure on the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They're young, and everybody got something to prove. That's a bad combination for everybody in that division.
Yeah.
Tom Brady next. He gonna get some of it.
He said he gonna get some of it.
Yeah, he gonna get some. Okay, watch. That game is going down to the wire. If Dallas took them down to the wire, think about what they getting ready to do.
Well, now here's one thing to think about. There are 7 2-0 teams left. All right. 67% of teams that start 2-0 make the playoffs. That's almost 70%. That's like 7 out of 10. So if it's 7 out of 10, then that means all of these guys are gonna make the playoffs. you know, because there's 7 teams left that are 2-0, 70% make it. That means all these guys gonna get in.
That's new blood.
Hey, new blood, huh?
New blood, yeah.
Well,
the Chiefs better be careful. If they keep it up, they're gonna be looking from the outside in.
Say be sitting at home.
They're gonna be sitting at home. Because Lamar, you see how Lamar twisted his body and threw the ball one way?
That pass was crazy.
I said, I ain't never seen Mahomes do that now.
Yeah. Well, and here's what's funny. Everybody talks about when Mahomes does the no look and all that stuff, but that play that Lamar made where he jumped up in there, like you said, and twisted his body and threw it, man, I heard people talking about, but I don't hear them talking about like they talk about Mahomes stuff. And to me, that was just as spectacular, if not more spectacular than what we've seen Patrick Mahomes do.
Well, I think Mahomes was where we've had time to see it over a period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, every game he's running here, throwing back over there.
Yeah.
You know, hey, Jackson just did it this one game. Now, if he keep doing that, it's gonna be a big comparison between the two. You know, one game. He might have got lucky. You know, Mahomes doing game in and game out. You know?
Yeah.
So, hey, man.
And that interception looked bad on Mahomes. Because when he was going down and they had his feet and he just threw it, they was like, just go down, hold the ball.
Yeah.
He just threw it up for grabs. I was like, oh, Lord.
Yeah. Well, hey, that Panthers blowout wasn't the only blowout of week 2. So let's run down the list here. We're gonna start with, y'all see I'm wearing the Dolphins hat, so you know who I'm a fan of. We're gonna start with the Bills' destruction of the Dolphins 35-0. Yes, that happened, Dolphins fans. The Patriots bounced back after losing to the Dolphins by 1 point with a 25-6 demolition of the Jets. You had the Bucks blowing out the Falcons 48-25, TB12 through 5 touchdowns. Guys got 9 touchdowns in the first 2 games. Aaron Rodgers bounced back for his 8th straight Monday Night Football win. He's now 10-1 after losses in September in his career for a 35-17 blowout of Detroit. Out of these blowout games, which one impressed the Tunnel Crew the most or surprised the Tunnel Crew the most?
Man. I'll say Tua. After Tua went down, I gave y'all a chance, Big T. I really did give y'all a chance. But after Tua went down and I saw that during the Eagles game, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. What is going on here?
I'm going to be honest with you. If we include the Panthers in that, which we are, because they will blow out 26-7, I'm gonna say the Panthers. I mean, because I didn't see the Saints getting lambasted like that. I mean, I really thought New Orleans was a legitimate team. You know, now there was a lot of talk. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Big T. They had a lot of guys out.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of talk about the COVID stuff. You know.
Yeah, and then they had some substance abuse cases.
So there was reasons there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they had like 9 guys out that was key players. So
Yeah.
You know, that is a factor, you know.
So maybe not so much that one then when you factor that into it.
Yeah, 9 is a lot of guys that, you know, especially key guys that's going to be out.
Yeah.
But it does not help Jameson's situation. He throw the ball away. He still threw interceptions. Yeah. And I was just hoping that he had it together. And like I said, it's still early. Maybe he come back next week.
Yeah.
When the guy's back, he light it up. But man, when I was looking at him falling and just throwing it up.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. He seems like he think he's still playing pop water football or something.
Well, and the problem with him is he's still not the guaranteed guy because you got Taysom Hill back there. And if he has another bad game like that, I could see them bringing Taysom in and saying, look, Jameis, we're going to have to sit you back on the bench, you know, and see what Taysom can do. So we'll see what happens there. But, hey, blowouts, you know, that wasn't the only thing that happened in week 2 because we had a lot of close shaves, too. Your New York Giants, Aggie P, lost a close shave. A 1-point game to the Washington football team, 30-29 last Thursday night. Then, of course, we've already talked about that Ravens 1-point win, 36-35 over the Chiefs. The Cardinals had a 1-point win, 34-33, because the Vikings kicker couldn't make a chip shot field goal at the end. And then you had the Titans with a 3-point win, 33-30, after being down by 15 points. They let that workhorse go to work, Derrick Henry, and that dude had 140-something yards in the second half and I think 3 touchdowns in the second half after only 30-something yards in the first half. And then that was an overtime game, by the way. So out of all those close shaves, tight games, just like we asked with the blowouts, which one of those impressed the Tunnel crew the most?
It impressed me how the Giants ruined that game. I mean, I said, man, it's like they getting paid to get it.
Radar, thank you. I mean, we seem to be connected here very well. Big T, he just had to put that game back in.
You know what? I was almost mad at Aaron Rodgers, but when they played that game last night, I said, oh, thank you. Thank you, Lord, for Aaron. Thank you for Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Bird, any of these close shaves really impress you, really get your attention?
First off, I would like to say I don't like neither the Giants or the Redskins or Washington football team or whatever you want to call them.
Uh-huh.
But I will say this. I'll give DJ all the credit. I mean, he got all the pieces around him. He was making stuff happen. But then when the chips fell down, he just couldn't get the job done. And I felt really disappointed because I actually wanted the Giants to actually win.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
Yes, I did want the Giants to win, but y'all not taking first next week. So
okay, all right. Well, hey,
and the sad thing about it, Big T.
What was that?
The sad thing about it, we're still one game behind everybody. And we ever want to get the NFC East is on to a bang again.
Hey, NFC East is the NFC East, right?
Right.
Business as usual.
Right.
Oh, man.
Each other, man, and just, woo. I'm gonna be positive.
There you go. All right, let's move on to college football right quick. You had number 6 Clemson and number 1 Alabama surviving scares. Clemson 14-8 over Georgia Tech. Bama 31-29 over Florida. I picked that game, man. I thought Florida was going to get it done. And hey, that thing started off 21-3, and it looked like it was going to be a runaway like that Miami-Alabama game. But Florida, give them credit, man. They fought back. They got back in that thing. And then number 10, Penn State held on to win 28-20 over Auburn. That was a pretty good game to watch. Hey, as far as the other big dogs out there, you had Texas A&M, currently ranked number 7 this week. They won 34-0. Number 3, Oregon won 48-7. And my pick to win the national championship, number 2, Georgia, taking care of business over South Carolina, 40-13. But we got to move real quick to the ACC because we got some problems. Number 1, Clemson is the best team in the conference, and they are barely getting by. Their offense is terrible. Defense is really good, but they're going to wear down. That offense is terrible. Then you got Carolina. Hey, Carolina's starting to come on strong. They scored over 52 straight games, blew out Virginia after being behind at halftime by 3 points, came out in the second half, 59-39. I mean, Sam Howell threw over 300 yards, rushed for over 100. Carolina looked good. Virginia, I thought they were going to be a real test, but they gave up 392 yards rushing to Carolina. You had Miami getting blown out, lambasted by Michigan State 38-17, and Florida State getting boat raced by Birdman's Wake Forest team 35-14. And Florida State is now 0-3 for the first time since 1976. This is coming off the heels of having that 26-game winning streak against FCS snap last week. The ACC, everybody, Are there any challenges to Alabama nationally? And as far as the ACC is concerned, is there any challenges to Clemson, or is Clemson really fool's gold at this point?
I just need my Demon Deacons respect. I need people to put respect on our name because they don't give us enough credit. What more do you want us to do? We beat a almost a nationally ranked team a couple years ago. Am I lying? Like,
yeah,
A couple of years ago.
What else do you want us to do?
What are we talking about? A time capsule?
What else do you want us to do? Do you want us to just go out and just beat these mediocre teams until we prove ourselves against Clemson and all them? I mean, what else do you want us to do? I want everybody to put respect on the Demon Deacons' name.
They play Clemson this year, right?
They do.
Where?
I think they play in Death Valley, I believe.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, hey.
You make sure you're on the show that week.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Always.
I can't wait.
Always. Like Big T said, that offense is just, it's going to wear down. And then
once they get hot on Wake Forest, my man going to have 5 TDs. Going down the field like this.
Our defense is solid.
Wait, who?
Wait, who?
Our defense is solid.
Okay. So Bama, does everybody feel like they're right now they're the cream of the crop, or that 2-point win give you pause for concern?
I think right now
they're the team. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think them boys out of the Pac-10 coming for revenge right now, man.
All right. Well, hey, we'll see. We're going to talk about some more hot topics on the other side, and we also have our question today. Be sure to catch this live at home edition of the Crossover every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Once you get there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and then catch the audio version on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. on WLJFradio.com. You can also download the 100.7 WLJF app, which is available on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. When we come back, we'll do our question of the day.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry, join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
100.7 WLJF.
I don't know why every time I look down and see Radar, I just start laughing. He'd be down there doing all kind of stuff, laughing at himself and everything, clapping. All right, everybody, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Be sure to catch this live at home edition of the show every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel, and once you get there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell all of your friends about the show. Catch us every Tuesday night live, 7 p.m. on YouTube. And then on Thursday nights at 7 p.m., you can catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. And you can find that on WLJFradio.com. You can also download the 100.7 WLJF app, which is available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. So catch that edition every Thursday night at 7 p.m. All right. Couple of quick mentions here before we get into our question of the day. Gronk's been busy. He was on the Peyton Manning, Eli Manning version of Monday Night Football. And he had a couple of funny things to say, like he told Peyton the reason him and Marvin Harrison still have the red zone touchdown record is because he purposely injured himself the last several years of his career to let them keep that record. And he said a few other things that was funny. But then he had a podcast. He's got his own podcast, and he interviewed Tom Brady, TV12. And he basically asked, was he going to try to play till he was 50? And Tom said, yeah, I think it's possible. I think that, I can do it, So real quick, we're going to go around the board. Bert, you think Brady will play till he's 50?
Let me put this simple as possible. No.
All right.
His body cannot take it. I don't care what he's done. I don't care how many championships he's won. I don't care how many stats he's got. The human mind, the spirit is willing, but I tell you, the bones and the flesh is going to be weak here in a few.
All right. Radar, what do you think?
I say absolutely. I think this guy's going to be able to play till he's about 52, like Noah Ryan.
52. All right, Aggie P.
Hey, Big T, I'm gonna go with 51% chance he might. Because he has mastered the art of getting that ball out of his hand.
Yep.
Where he's gonna hand it off.
Yep.
He has timing routes.
Yep.
And if he can keep that up, he can possibly do it.
Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That other percentage. You better hope he keep good offensive linemen.
Yep.
And he doesn't slow down with that gift that he has and get that ball out. If he starts second guessing himself, we're gonna go straight to what Bird said. Nope, he better get out quick.
Better get out, yeah. Well, the oldest player in the history of the league, George Blanda for the Raiders, he was 48. He was a quarterback, but he ended his career, I think the last 3 years playing punter and was the emergency quarterback. So that's what Brady is trying to chase down. He's got 4 more years to catch that 48, and then we'll see if he can go past that and make it to 50. And then last week, Maya Shaka made history in the NFL, becoming the first Black female referee to referee an official NFL game. So congratulations to her. But now comes the word late last week that Lisa Byington has been hired by the Milwaukee Bucks, the world champion Bucks, as the first full-time female lead play-by-play TV announcer. And for a major men's professional franchise, because there have been, of course, you've got Doris Burke doing NBA games, stuff like that. And there have been women that do, call play-by-play for networks and things like that. But this is the first team to hire a woman to be their lead play-by-play announcer. So, hey, give her a lot of credit. She's worked hard. She's earned it. Congratulations to her. Any thoughts from the crew real quick?
Hey, that's good news. I wish TP was here.
I know.
She would really like that. So
I know.
Yeah, that's great news, man. Keep it moving in that direction.
Exactly. All right. Well,
see, this Me Too movement is actually working.
That's right. Hey, there you go.
Sir Bird, yes.
All right. Well, if no more comments there, we're going to jump into our question of the day, because last week, Clay Helton was fired by USC, which is considered a legendary, historic college football program. We talked about Miami getting the doors blown off by Michigan State on Saturday, 38-17. They also got waxed earlier this season by Alabama, 44-13. Let's not even go back to last year when Clemson smoked them 42-17. and Carolina smoked them 62-26. The thing that all these teams have in common that I'm telling you about that beat Miami is they're all ranked, and Miami's getting destroyed by all of them. Then you got Florida State, as we talked about, the 26-0 winning streak against FCS teams in the history of the program went down the drain last week. And Jacksonville State beat them. And they're off to an 0-3 start for the first time since 1976. We're talking about legendary college football programs here, y'all. We've seen it in the NFL where teams like Green Bay, who are considered legendary teams, franchises in the NFL, the Steelers, teams like that have fallen off. 49ers fell off, but those teams have bounced back and have had some relatively good years in the last decade or so. Even your Giants, Aggie P, have won two big games. You got to give them credit. Hey, my Dolphins hadn't won a Super Bowl since the 70s, so I'll take it. But
okay.
So
I'm gonna quit being hard on myself.
All right, there you go. Question of the day is this: is it easier to rebuild an iconic or legendary team or program in college or the pros? Which one is easier? Is it easier to turn things around in college or in the pros if you're one of these legendary teams that's got a name? Which one is easier? I'm going to throw that out there to the crew.
Woo!
I would have to say it would have to be the NFL is easy, the easiest.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get a good coach or a good player that can turn everything around.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll draw other good players and coaches for a little while longer. And you can get them and keep them in college football nowadays.
Yeah.
Because you see how quickly New England became a dynasty. Excuse me, and it was slowly.
Yeah. You talking about the Patriots?
The Patriots.
Yeah.
How they became a dynasty, and it was just because of Brady.
Yeah.
He just changed the whole narrative.
Yeah.
They was in the Super Bowl with Bledsoe, considered to be a number one quarterback.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Goes down. Next thing you know, Brady takes off.
A lot of people forget the Patriots were going to Super Bowls before Brady. I mean, they got blown out by the Bears in '85 with Steve Grogan as the quarterback, and and then they got blown out by the Packers with like you said, Drew in there. So I mean, they were going to Super Bowls before Brady, but they didn't start winning them things until TB12 got there, Mr. Perfect. So you say it's the NFL, huh, Bradar? You think it's easier for an NFL team to turn it around, a legendary team, especially,
a legendary team, especially
the name, the star power, and all that stuff. Okay,
it carries much more weight.
Okay, all right.
Now in today's game, yeah.
Who's next?
I can go next. I agree with Radar, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you have the draft, and you have free agency, and you have the combine.
Yeah.
And you can really, I ain't gonna say really, but you kind of know what you can get to come into your camp.
Yeah.
Versus a college recruiter, seeing high school football and seeing a player. I mean, he kind of know, but he really don't know. Because that conference or whatever conference that player play in might not be whatever.
Yeah.
He just might be big and fast with that conference, but you bring a kid from North Carolina and put him down to Texas.
Yeah.
In the 6A environment, you'd be like, where did he go?
That's right. He disappeared.
He kind of disappeared. So you to me, you really don't know what you're getting. Because, out of all the scholarships that go out every year for the high school, for the players to go to college, some of them don't stay.
Yeah.
Some of them don't make it. And then you got the hope that your other classes of your rising seniors and your rising juniors have matured enough to be able to go out and compete on a certain level. It just too many is there for me. Now in the NFL, free agency, you've seen these guys play. Basically, the draft, you kind of know what you get. Mac Jones, you know what you're going to get. Trevor, Lawrence, you know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You just got to make sure you got the pieces around him to be successful. So both are difficult, Big T.
Yeah.
But if I have to say, my opinion, I think the NFL.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Bird, your thoughts?
I'm gonna have to agree with Aggie P. He pretty much took the words right out of my mouth. I was actually going to touch on that because, again, like at what Aggie P was saying, you do have the draft, you have the combine, and you don't really have much to go off of with a college guy coming in, just coming into the program. What they got off of him is just what they see in high school games. And so the coaches are going to have to trust what they saw in high school and trust that transitions onto the college level versus the NFL. Okay, hey, we got film on you from college. Now you come over to the combine. We'll see how you do with these little things. And then we transition you to the draft where whoever drafts you, then we'll take you to practice camps, all that stuff. And we'll see how you do with the big things. It's kind of like what my dad says to me. God will see how you handle the small things before he lets you handle the big things. So it's kind of like that situation. Especially if you look at us, we've always been a team to make it to the playoffs. We just never had that spark. But you look at that 2017 year, we had all those pieces around each other. We had all the pieces on defense, all the pieces on offense, and we were able to click. And nobody ever gave us a fighting chance that year because we were always so up and down. We were always in that rebuilding year. We were always those underdogs. But you saw what happened in 2017. We beat the GOAT, and everybody's giving us credit. And so now we upper echelon.
Well, for those
slide that in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, for those who are listening who don't know who he's talking about when he says he's talking about the Eagles. he's an Eagles guy through and through. So yeah, he's definitely talking about them Philadelphia Eagles, them birds. All right, well, so man, this is pretty much a runaway then. So I'm gonna have to go, and I'm not going this way because everybody else is picking the NFL. This was my thoughts even before I heard you guys. I think it's easier in college. And here's the only reason why. Because you really only have to do one thing in college. Land the right guy to be the head guy. Okay, Alabama was one of those legendary programs that we're talking about that won national championships under Bear Bryant. They won one in 93 under Gene Stalling, and they were one of those teams one of those schools that was down after that Gene Stalling championship. They went down to the depths and it looked like they weren't going to come back. And all of a sudden they get the right guy. And you get the right guy in there, and we don't know what makes the right guy the right guy. That's why it's so hard to find that guy. But if you get the right guy in there, then he's going to turn that thing around. Because what he will do is he will take the players he's got that he didn't recruit and make them better. And he'll bring in his first class of guys that he wants, and he'll really quickly, he might not win a championship right away, but you'll see a difference right away. And then he'll get that ball rolling. And within 2-3 years, that team will be competing for a national championship. And we all know when you're a legendary school and you start competing for the big trophy, then all these high school guys start to say, that's where I want to go. Once you get that ball rolling, it's hard to stop it. So in college, I think it's all about just getting that right guy. It's just it's as simple as that. Just find the guy. And if you get him, you're gonna get it done. All right, everybody. Be sure to catch this live at home edition of the Crossover every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. And you can do that on YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And tune in every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. to catch us live. Then on Thursday nights at 7 p.m., catch the audio version, the original Crossover Sports Show. And that can be found online at WLJF Radio. You can also go to the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store and download the WLJF app, and it's available there. All right, when we come back, it's time for the wrap-up.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, two locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry, join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
It's time now for the Crossover Wrap-Up Report. Let's send it back to the Tunnel Crew.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover, and a couple of quick mentions, really quick, stories that broke just before we went on the air today. JJ Reddick has announced he's retiring. He had 15 years in the NBA, made the playoffs his first 13 straight years. Duke's all-time leading scorer, and got the record for the most points averaged in a season for Duke, 26.8 points a game. And he played for the Magic, the Clippers, the 76ers, the Pelicans, the Bucks, and the Mavs during his 15-year career. So retired today. And then Ben Simmons announced he will not report to Sixers training camp next week, said he does not intend to ever play for Philly again. And Big Ben, dealing with a pectoral injury. He might be missing some time. They don't know how severe it is, but we will see. All right, now it's time for our standings. Last week, we picked 4 games, and the winners were Aggie P and Bromell. They went 4-0.
Yes, sir.
Y'all ever notice how it just switches when when football season hit? Football season, every week Aggie P be going 3-1, 4-0.
Don't start it, Big T. Come back next week 0-4. Aggie P.
All right, and so the rest of the standings look like this from last week. Stats was second. He was 3-1. Me, Radar, and TP, we all went 2-2. And Birdman, man, you went 1-3, Bird. So that's all right, buddy. You'll bounce back this week. Overall standings look like this. I have 117 wins. Aggie P has officially moved into second place with that 4-0 run last week. He's got 106 wins. Birdman has 105 wins. Radar, 101 wins. Stats, 100 wins. TP, 95 wins. And Bromell, 89 wins. So there you go. All right, the games for this week look like this. Everybody had to pick Number 7, Texas A&M on the road at number 16, Arkansas. Actually, I don't think that game is on the road. I think it's at Jerry's World. And then everybody had to pick the Bucks in the NFL at the Rams. Both those teams are 2-0. The rest of the games, you could pick any 2 of the rest of these games you wanted to. We have number 12, Notre Dame versus number 18, Wisconsin at Soldier Field on Saturday. We got North Carolina Central, 2-1, coming into Aggiesville to take on the A&T, the illustrious North Carolina A&T Aggies. And that's 6 o'clock on Saturday. And then you got number 9, Clemson at 2-1 on the road at 2-1 NC State. And then finally, we've got the Panthers at the Texans on Thursday Night Football. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read off the picks for everybody who was not here, and then I'll turn it over to the rest of the guys to get theirs in. Bro Mel took Texas A&M, NC State, the Panthers, and the Bucks. TP took Texas A&M, NC State, Panthers, and the Bucks. She took the exact same thing as Bro Mel. And Stats took Texas A&M, Notre Dame, the Panthers, and the Rams. Let's go ahead and get Aggie P's picks.
Texas A&M. I think the Rams got enough to pull that out at home. A&T, and I believe Clemson is going to outlast State.
They're going to squeak it out.
I think, but Big T, State is scary. Anyway.
They are at home.
Yeah,
all right, Radar.
I'm going with Texas A&M, the Bucks, the Panthers, and only for this one time since TP's not here to give me a hard time. She's not here, right? A&T.
The illustrious A&T.
No, I'm not going to say that.
Hey, you know she's going. Hey, you know she's going to watch this. Radar.
All right, Birdman, give us yours.
You might have to read mine off for me.
Okay, all right. Bird sent his to me. He's got Texas A&M, the Rams over the Bucks. He's got the Panthers on Thursday Night Football, and he's got Notre Dame. All right, and I took Notre Dame, Texas A&M, the A&T Aggies, and the Rams over the Bucks. All right, y'all. Shout out. So shut up and play. We only got 30 seconds, so how about we just do this? Hey, shout out to everybody who listens, all the fans of the show. We appreciate your support. Appreciate everybody checking us out every week. Look forward to seeing you again on next week. Hey, that does it for this show. For Birdman,
Giants suck.
For Radar, for Aggie P,
no weapon.
I'm your man, Big T, signing off and saying, no matter where you are, look up and know that your creator's there. Until next time, see ya. And we might want to be you.
That's all we have for you today. So be sure to join us next week for the crossover. And remember, the Tunnel Crew don't play unless we have something to say.
Oh, no.